You know what time it is. It's about to be that time.
Wow. Month break. The sweet feeling that the drought is over. Hasn't been this bad since the time skip. Just waiting. Waiting. Good news is, I'm unspoiled. Not spoiled at all. I survived. Survived the month. Gotta stay hydrated when there's a drought. Gotta stay hydrated. All right. So, One Piece, 1054. It's out. I'm excited. You guys have had it for a while. So we're going to read this live. As always, not really going to be looking at the chat, because I don't want to get accidentally spoiled by the chat. And then, once I'm done, we're going to do a little chat about it. Have a little chitty chat. But I'm expecting a banger. Oda, don't come back from a month-long break and not give me a banger. But I trust him. I trust him. Let's go. Setting up my OST. And okay. Let's see here. Boom. Flame Emperor.
Another one.
Flame Emperor. Lucky man, member for 11 months. 7 months member of Sword here. Front cover of Jump. Okay, we back. Color spread. 4 emperors. Amazing. Oh. Look at that. Buggy, Shanks, Blackbeard, Luffy. You gotta love it. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. I'm just taking this in. I'm just taking this in. I'm gonna have a video coming out soon about the implications of Luffy's colors. Already shot, mostly edited, but you know, this chapter is going to take precedence. Okay. Wow. Flower Capital. Denjiro, you too? Can't trouble Luffy and the others with this. Follow us. Here we go. Aramaki. What's this man about to do? The ability to sway others. That really is something you don't see very often. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Okay. Green Bull versus the Samurai. This is not going to go well. This is not going to go well. A Marine, one of Luffy's enemies from overseas. Do any of you have the first clue about the ways of the outside world? The Celestial Dragons are gods. A country like this one with no ties to the world government has no standing. Yeah. So, I mean, it's not looking likely for all of the people that are theorizing that this man here is from Wano. which I've never been a fan of. But if it ends up being the case and, you know, you just turned around, hey, you know, whatever. All right. Don't be mad, it's how the world works. Flexing forest muscle. My Logia power is nature incarnate. Wow. I mean, that's a flex. That's a flex right there. The forest fruit made me a forest man. Alright. So, I was leaning Logia for this, so... there we go. Source of life that rivals the seas. Because Green Bull is supposed to be an enemy, guys. He's supposed to be an enemy, so... now we have the top 3 baddies of the Admirals. They all have Logias. Alright? So that's dope. That's dope. Let's see. Let's see if the man drops some knowledge on the outside world, though. Alright. People are still partying. It's time you learned a hard truth. Humanity only got this far by enforcing hierarchies. We've got to put non-affiliated nations like yours in their place. That order is what keeps life going. Oh yeah, we're not swaying this man. Prejudice breeds stability? Nah. Nah. Get out of here with all that. My man really looks like a piece of broccoli on this next page. No laws would be broken if you all died here. Rahahaha. You can go ahead and try and stop me. I'll butcher thousands of your people. Woo! Ooh. Oh boy. Oh. Looks like Chrissy's in the chat. That's what it takes to get to Straw Hat Luffy. Alright. Come on, Green Bull, do some damage. These people went through 20 years of tyranny. Now they're finally able to celebrate their liberty. No way am I letting you spoil that. Who are you supposed to be? I'm Yamato, Kaido's son. So there we go. Now Yamato will get a bounty. Well said, Yamato. We have no intention of permitting you to lay a finger on our recovering heroes. Dragon. Blast Breath. So Momonosuke came in and figured out how to do Blast Breath? Oh wait, I skipped something. Yamato comes in. Every word you just said makes me sick. Good. Good. Love that. Man, that hurt. Some hockey you got there. Okay. Jeez, Momonosuke is trying to get himself a bounty too over here. Alright. Everybody's still partying. I wonder if Green Bull knows... is making the Kaido Momonosuke comparison here. No matter, I'll still drive you from the capital. Be gone. Oh, my man came in with the bite. Is it super effective or not effective at all? Probably not effective. No one will ever bring dread and terror to our people again. Where was this Momo during the Kaido fight? I vowed that I would not allow it. Pink Dragon, how odd. It's the first I've heard of this ability. You're in my way. Ooh. Ooh. He's about to wring Momo like a sponge. Yamato, stay out of this. Why? Momo, you trying to get yourself killed? Red Force? Okay. Okay. Okay.
Another one.
You know, this break was so rough. It was so rough, you know, that I was having like One Piece dreams. I needed it, you know? And in one of the dreams I had, Shanks was going to be in the next chapter. Now, I've had that dream a couple of times, but it just, you know, it actually happening is kind of weird. I mean, I don't know what it's about to happen. All right, the seas around Wano. It's surreal, but he's really considered one now. Let's go, boss. Luffy's become a great pirate. I hope there's more than this. I have not scrolled down below this. But this is... This takes me back. Last time I was here, we were all giving Odin-san a send-off. Momo and Hiyori must be all grown up by now. Boss, let's go see Luffy already. He really is something now. Hang on, I'm not ready to meet Usopp yet. Kid's here too, right? Hasn't been that long since that brat tried to pick a fight with us. There goes lime juice. Look at this panel of Shanks. I feel like I'm looking at fan art right now. Like, it doesn't even seem real. Doesn't even seem real. Oh, man. Oh, wow. Trying to see if there's anything that I can see in this newspaper here. I can't really tell anything from this. Whoa, 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 whoa. Flashback? Flashback? Oh, are we gonna see... We're gonna see him get this... Is this gonna be him getting the fruit? Who's who as a CP9 agent? Is this what we about to see? We about to get the truth? Oda, keep this banger energy. Keep this banger energy. God. Oh. Whew, it's a Shanks chapter. What are we doing here, people? What are we doing? What are we doing? Okay, all right. Seems like they've got CP9 agents on board. We've got chapter 1 vibes here. This is chapter -1 here. Ben Beckman, Yasop, Lucky Roo, old style. Shanks with the hat. Who cares? Let's go. Raiding the world government ship here.
Another one.
Whew. All right. There he is, young who's who. Still had the horns. Kind of weird, but, you know, hey. What are they after? It's not like we've got any proper treasure. Only some minor devil fruit? What's a big deal? Isn't it just the one that makes you rubbery? Busha Village. Young Luffy, building snake in the back. Aw, this is gonna go hard in the anime. I love this. This is my favorite panel right here. Shanks holding the hat with Luffy holding like a newspaper or something. I love that. Lord of the Coast. Shanks, arm gone. Holding arm. I guess the top officers have a past with him. They really know the Straw Hat Luffy? Oh boy. Has he got a monkey mink on his squad here? They say he's like a rampaging demon monkey. It's totally out of hand. Subtle Oda joke there, having the monkey guy say that. I'm not planning to have a reunion with Luffy here. Don't you remember what's going on in our own backyard? Yeah. Bartolomeo's trying to take up all your all your land here. Here, that's what they're talking about. Oh yeah, that Bart guy claimed he was under Luffy. Put his mark up after burning down our flag. We'd be failing our duties if we just let that slide. Well, I guess. Oh. And then Shanks with the sake, you know Shanks got to get his drink in. Yeah, I'll toast to that. Hey Beck, isn't it about time to go and claim it? What do they want to claim? The hat, Pluton, Poneglyph. What do they want? The One Piece. Woo! I wasn't necessarily expecting that. But of course, I mean, it makes sense. Of course Shanks wants it. It's all about the One Piece. That's why I gave him that. Ooh. Navy headquarters. This chapter's not over, people. It's not over. It's not over. Okay?
It's about to get spicy.
This entire chapter has been spicy. If that was the last page, I'd have been okay. The chapter continues. We can't let the Revolutionary Army go unchecked any longer, Akainu. I know that, but we don't have any more Marines to deploy. The one they're calling Flame Emperor Sabo. What's going on with Sabo? He's become a champion for much of the world. Let's go.
It's about to get spicy.
Of all the participants in the Reverie, the one that was killed was a descendant of one of the founding 20 from the 800 years ago, Nefertari Cobra. Woo! R.I.P. Oh. We knew this. This man's a goat, though. Alright? A country is its people. Alright? Shout out to this man, moment of silence. Confirmed dead. You knew too much. Alright? You were asking the wrong questions to the wrong people. Okay? This was going to happen. This was gonna happen. I was gonna tilt him like I normally do, but that's disrespectful because he's a goat. I'll keep him standing. Alright. Okay. Please update me on Vivi. Please do this. I need this. Alright. Got almost 900 people in here. We're back. We're back. Okay. Who's all talking? Is that Smoker? We got Akainu here. Kizaru. But who's this other guy? I'm sure that this is of great significance for the Revolutionary Army. Revolutionary Army's Chief of Staff kills the King of Alabasta. He has been framed. We knew this. Is Vivi with him? A few hours before that, they attacked the homes. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Come. Let's go. Feed me. Feed me, Oda. Streets are dying out here. Feed us. They attacked the homes of the Celestial Dragons in the Holy Land, destroying a monument of the Divine Dragon Claw and the symbol of the world knows. It was a blatant declaration of war. Admirals Ryukyugu and Fujitora took charge of the Navy's defenses. But in the end, they succeeded in freeing their former comrade, Bartholomew Kuma, from the Celestial Dragon's slavery and managed to escape. Stop telling me, Oda. Show me. Show me. I want to see it. I want to see it. Flex, come on. I'm sure the Admirals were restricted because they were fighting in the Holy Land, but don't make excuses. Not only was Cobra assassinated, but around the same time, Princess Vivi somehow went missing. Goat! My goat! Oh, my OST ended right then and there. I gotta restart it. Okay. All right. Okay. This is our first live reaction to a chapter that my #1 Straw Hat is in. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Everything's lining up. Everything's lining up. Cobra's dead. Sabo's being framed for it. Vivi is missing. Likely with Sabo or Leo and Sai. Okay? Let's put a bounty out on Vivi because Wapple outed her as a Straw Hat. And let's just complete all of it. Come on. We are still investigating how these cases are connected. Okay, so this guy's... He just looked like Smoker from far away. Navy Criminal Affairs Unit Chief, Koru Uma. Black Horse. Okay. I bet Alabasta is in chaos. Their ship hasn't even left the Red Port. It's hard for anybody to come home and go, given the circumstances. Does that mean we can close the case on the attempted murder of St. Charlos? And the boy's still kicking. St. Mosgard. Excuse the criminals. Oh. The attempted murder. Okay, sure. In the Holy Land, the gods' knights have jurisdiction to mediate disputes. It's a complicated situation, to say the least. Leave them to it. Seems like most of these incidents are linked to Sabo. His flames of rebellion are spreading all across the globe. All 8 of those rebelling kingdoms were inspired to stage their revolutionary coup, while their kings were still returning home. Alright. Alright. We got another page here. It's a double-page spread. After talking about all of this, Oda, show me it. Show me it. Take me to them. Take me to them. Don't make me wait. Don't make me wait. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. It's almost as if they're worshiping him like a god. I knew the boy wasn't captured. All right. We saw this. There was a little hint of this in the last chapter. Flame Emperor. It's a Die Ente. That was Ace's attack that he used against Blackbeard, Flame Emperor. With the growth of his legend, you could say his influence is greater than the rebellious dragon himself. The number 2 becomes the number 1. On top of that, his little brother Straw Hat Luffy was dubbed an emperor. The Flame Emperor's influence can even be felt in the pirate world. His younger brother just upended their status quo. Right now, the times are being forced to change. I reached the rank of Fleet Admiral during one hell of an era. I don't care where they try to hit us. We'll strike back and return fire on all fronts. Cover and color spread next week, back-to-back issues.
Another one.
Banger!
Savage.
Oda came back, fed the streets. Gotta love it. Appreciations to the boy. Salutations. DJ Red Comet 369. Lord Luciano, member for 15 months.
Savage.
Said it last year. I'm 10 toes. Randy Troy is the best YouTube prognosticator ever to grace the One Piece American community. My guy. DK. All Night 1993. Theory time. Sabo did kill Cobra. Vivi is with Sabo. Doesn't make sense for the Marines to credit Sabo. Gives them more power. We're going to talk about all that. We're going to get into that for sure. Nick Can't Snipe said Sabo clapping the Alabasta princess cheeks and getting that PR. That's Luffy's girl, the pirate queen. Anti-Admiral agenda is strong. Oda legit said, don't make excuses. Even his characters sound like the fandom. Oda came back cooking for sure.
Savage.
720 with the wrist. Someone in the chat said I'm 39 years old. I am not. I am not that old.
Savage.
Early 30s. Early. Yeah, we need the Vivi emoji back. It's gonna be back for next week. It's gonna be back and it's gonna stay because we're gonna be getting Vivi stuff. Oh my god. Nick Can't Snipe said, given Ace was called Fire Fist because of his technique, do you think Sabo used Entei/Flame Emperor during the Reverie to get that title? I mean, probably. I mean, I brought up the fact that yeah, I brought up the comparison while I was reading, so it's possible. It's possible. But I mean, there's even the Pokemon Entei, which they actually left the name, instead of like changing the name. The legendary. Vivi gang, rise up. Rise up. We in here. Guy Ty's in here. What's up, Ty? Phantom Greyfire said, Randy. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. You know this. You know this.
Another one.
Shout out to my guy Abdullah. The big dono here, he said, what if Luffy is a revolutionary spy on the world government and helps Sabo escape? He was hunted with CP9 after Ennie's lobby, so why is he back with them? It will be a redemption arc for him like Crocodile, maybe also a Nell and Dofi in the future. So I like your thinking, right? But I have my own thoughts for Lucci. See, I think that all of the CP0 members are slaves to the Celestial Dragons.
It's about to get spicy.
He was caught. They did seek after him, right? But there are key lines that Dripper, Scarfino, Guernica, and all of this say throughout Wano that imply that they have no agency of their own, right? So if they did capture Lucci and then gave him an ultimatum, instead of putting you in Impel Down, instead of capturing you, we'll just make you the bodyguard to the Celestial Dragons. You have to do everything you say, right? He embodies dark justice. So all he wants to do is kill. He just wants to murder, right? So he'd basically be like, okay, bet, you're giving me a license to kill? All right, as long as I get to keep the blood going. So that's what I think. I think Lucci is definitely going to be like a hard counter that the Straw Hats are going to have to go up against before they can even lay a hand on Charlos. Ace2532 said, the only question from the Reverie that wasn't mentioned was what happened to Bonnie. I assume she's also with Sabo, Kuma, and the other revolutionaries underground somewhere. Savage. Probably. Bonnie is likely wherever Kuma is, and probably was a big help from the sidelines. They may not have even noticed that she was there, but she did something. R Vision's in here. What's up, my guy? King J said, if Shanks wants the One Piece, why do you think he said now it's finally time to get it? I think he was waiting for Luffy to become Nika. Might be going to help Luffy. It may be that the Nika form is necessary or something. There's a lot of questions there. There's a lot of stuff that we gotta like really dissect. And my guy Vern said, I'll see you all again in 45 minutes, but Shanks really said, let's go claim this bitch. He's been sitting on that knowledge for years. What a Chad. Yeah. I mean, look back to his conversation with Rayleigh. There's a plan in place that Luffy does not know about. Okay? Enter a name said the Momo character growth here. Yeah. Like I said, where was that Momo? But that's the growth, right? The events of Wano led him to be able to like go up against an admiral right now and get ringed like a sponge, folded. Jonathan RK said, Oda put Shanks in Wano waters just to give us further blue balls. There's really no reason that scene wasn't on some random island except to make readers think the reunion might happen. But we also have to take into consideration that Film Red is right around the corner, right? So if Luffy and Shanks are supposed to actually have some sort of an interaction at all in that film, this needs to happen, right? I had a video. I was like, did Oda spoil the end of Wano? Came out months ago once we realized that Film Red was Shanks centered, right? I was like, well, Shanks has to come at the end of Wano then, if it's going to tie into Film Red. Oda may be going down that route.
Savage.
San Saab, member for 9 months, said an absolute banger chapter. So it's a wild ride from here. We are starting the final saga at a sprint, full gas, sport mode. Gotcha. Guy Maxo. Let's see. Oh, lost it. There it is. Not sure how well it slots in with what we know, but I can't stop thinking about Sabo's temper and how this role sounds like it would enable it. I'm just glad Sabo's not captured. That was my big thing. I did not want Ace 2.0. I like this. Have Sabo be in the underground. Wait a second. Evo just put in the chat that spoilers for film Red are out?
Savage.
What does that even mean? Like, early screenings of the film are out, so we know what happens in the movie now? And then I'm not even going to get to see the movie until fall? This sucks. I hate spoilers. I really do. Isopod. Remember 4 months. So glad I went into this unspoiled. 11 out of 10 chapter. Me too. You and me both. Isopod. Yeah. My guy Ty. Triumph and return of One Piece. We back.
Lavish bracket. In a lavish bracket. Gotta have it. Racks, I gotta have it. Beat my fabric. Do you see this jacket? Pay my taxes. Trust me, you.
My guy Ty said, Captain, crying emojis.
Savage.
The scans spoiled me on Shanks. A pop-up ad pushed the panel of the Red Forest up into view before I got there. Ah. At least it was while you were reading the chapter. At least that. And not like just on Twitter or on Discord, something random, anything like that. No, I handed my phone to Chrissy the other day and I was like, hey, can you look at my YouTube comments and just delete anything that's a direct spoiler? And if someone's deliberately trying to spoil me, you know, like, block them. Because I like to look at the comments, but I also don't want to get spoiled. So she went through it. She already knew what was happening in the chapter. Someone in like all caps is trying to spoil me, but that doesn't work because, you know, we got the Pirate Queen Chrissy. So luckily stayed unspoiled. Sorry about that, Ty. You know, these ads. He says, shout out to our new Fire Lord, Sako. What up, Savage Crew? Vern's coming back in 30 minutes. Oh, man. Savage Pirates do stand against spoilers, Luciano. The world premiere was held in Japan today for Film Red. Yeah. So. Yep, it's going to be hard to hide from those. How can they fix Kuma is my thing. Said Gio. I don't know. Two Admirals couldn't beat Sabo, Braga taking an L. Yeah, I don't know about that. I still have Admirals above Yonko. I still got him. But you have to remember too, is Sabo is kind of in another class of his own right now. And his fruit is a hard counter to the forest fruit. Like, you can burn the forest. Alright? But the forest fruit against Kaido? I mean, you just saw what he did to Momonosuke. He could do the same thing to Kaido. And then it's a wrap. So, don't give me, oh, it's Momo, not Kaido, hockey, blah, 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 blah. DK said, side note, Oda said he plans to end One Piece in 3 years. Where did he say this? Alright. That 3 years means, let's see. I still think we're good until 2027. We're good. Bovahead, member for 5 months, said, banger chapter. So many L's for me in one chapter. What did you want to happen, Bovahead? Louis Vasquez says, we eating good today. You know it. A certain nerd Mickwing said, Sabo and Vivi are in the Sakura Kingdom. Wapol informed Morgans, so world government could attack. That's interesting. But they'd have to go all the way back to basically the beginning of the Grand Line for that. I mean, at that point, they'd be so close to Alabasta. You know, is there supposed to be some sort of like separate storyline that's going to happen in Alabasta with the Revolutionary Army and everything there? I don't know. Because the other thing too is, if Vivi is with Sabo, she's gonna want to go to Luffy before she goes to her kingdom. At this point, because Cobra is dead. And if the world government plans to do anything with Alabasta and she's privy to it, she's going to need reinforcements. Phantom Greyfire said, Artor tweet, breaking news. Oda confirms in an interview he plans to end One Piece in 3 years. I'm just going to take that with a grain of salt. My man's planned to end One Piece in 5 years for the past 25 years. So, I don't know. Digiman14 said, I think Sabo and the Rebos are going to try to put Vivi on the empty throne. She's a descendant of the OG 20 Kings. She might have a claim. I mean, that's the big Vivi theory, is that at the end of the story, she unites the world. She is the one that's at the top of all of this. She has the political mind and the know-how to reestablish the world. Kobe and Smoker, they reestablish the Marines. Vivi takes over establishing the government. You know, maybe with Sabo. Brandon King said, go to chapter. Sabo took Vivi. Where do you think they went? Vira, Kamabaka Kingdom, or perhaps Kuma centered the Straw Hats? They're going to Luffy. They have to. Vivi also, if they're going to Elbaf, Vivi needs to go to Elbaf because she was a part of Little Garden. So, been saying that. Rowdy H said Bonnie shrunk Vivi. That's how she disappeared. Well, the other thing too, right? Mysteriously disappeared. What can make someone mysteriously disappear? Vivi could have taken a vacation.
Savage.
Vivi might be on vacation. All right? I'm just saying. Sanj Saab. Remember from 9 months, absolute banger chapter. Well, right from here, I read that one. Ian McLaughlin said, Artur pointed out Shanks' line is more accurately, isn't it about time for it to be claimed? Neither Shanks or anyone else being the subject. Okay. Interesting. So, TCB out here trying to start something. My guy Dan DeCarlo in here said, does this chapter rank the Wano arc higher now? I mean, we technically imposed one. we gotta see where we're actually going here. Does Shanks touch down on Wano? Does he? Where does Green Bull go from here? Does Green Bull kill one of the scabbards? What happens? What happens with this situation? Like, that's what we need.
Another one.
Savraj said Vivi, Kuma Paul, Wano, question mark, what's the Reverie timeline? I mean, if that's the case, Vivi should have been in Wano for like 2 weeks. which isn't necessarily impossible. Wano's pretty big. She's trying to figure things out, but actually, probably be 3 weeks by now. I don't know. Vivi's probably somewhere else. Just waiting for them in Elbaf. My guy Diz of the Ghost said, regarding the 3 years thing, you know what they say about plans. You want to make God laugh, tell him all about what you got planned for life. Hashtag 2027. I'm with you, my guy. Eat Hams, remember for 8 months. Looking lavish today, my boy. Thank you, Eat Hams. You know, got the pokey drip. Had to flex, we back.
Certified drip.
Batman for Real said, Green Bull's line about prejudice has me convinced that he actually is Zoro's dad. Yasop got the I can't see my son because I'm a deadbeat disease. Oh, man. Shout out to Batman for Real. That's a good argument. That's solid. That's the best argument that I've heard for that theory at all. and I love the Yasop really was pulling an Usopp I can't go to this island disease. He was pulling that.
Another one.
Chrissy said, even if Oda says 3 years, I doubt it'll actually be 3 years. Probably the goal. Yeah, definitely the goal, but yeah. Zoe in here, remember for 15 months, said, just showing y'all 13-monther Yonko. It's actually 15 months. But Vivi gang. Vivi gang. Zoe. Queen was in the chapter. Let's see. Let's see.
Savage.
Third Eye Guy said, Shanks is going to get to Wano and declare a rivalry against Luffy. Make a claim that he's going for the One Piece. Not a reunion, but a challenge. Well, I've always said, the second that Shanks and Luffy see each other, it's on site. It's on site. Because Luffy's idea of what it means to be a great pirate is to be the strongest. So he has to show Shanks his strength. So I've always said this. I feel like the first thing Luffy's going to do when he sees Shanks is punch him. So that Shanks can say, so your punch really is like a pistol. That's the way to bring that first chapter full circle. So I'm waiting for that. Davon, aka Schoolboy Beats, Schoolboy Guernica Beats, said Shanks is ready to choose a side and it's not with the government. But I think Akainu will question his beliefs once he finds out about Imu and the Gorosei. So I've talked about this a lot. Akainu, absolute justice, right? He may question his beliefs, but he's chosen his side. So just like what Oda showed, with Bellamy and there was one other character in the story that was similar to Bellamy, where they realized they had their world shaken and then still stayed on the course, because that's like it's a very just a common belief system. Stick to your guns even if you're wrong. So Kainu's, in my opinion, likely going to be that. He's going to find out like the atrocities of the world government, but he's not going to turn. He's going to be like, I chose my side, like that's it. Like he would jump into the water before he would like say he was wrong. There's no way to redeem Akainu. There's a lot of characters in the story that can get redeemed. Akainu for killing Ace is not one. We're not going to sit here and play the game like, oh, I feel sorry for this dude who killed Ace, killed all the Oharans, like, that were safe on that ship. killed that, you know, random Marine that just wanted to go home to his family. Like, this dude is a menace. We're not redeeming him. Am I going to watch the final Film Red trailer? Yeah, maybe at the end of the stream. Let's see. Predictions on who dies out of the group fighting Ryukyu. I mean, Inuarashi's got to go. We just need one Mink leader. So let's get that boy Inu out of here. He's a Sav, but it's old Yeller time. Kawamatsu's safe. Raizo might be safe. I don't know. Denjiro could go, but I think he needs to stay to, you know, see the leading of Wano. But just like Ashura Doji, like I wouldn't be surprised if it happened, but I'm leaning more towards no. Green Bull has prejudiced justice. Yamato's definitely going to get a bounty.
Savage.
And I need Vivi to get one too. Need it. I want it. We're back! Back, people. Mil Diaz said, Aramaki's fruit's like caribous. Not an element, but an environment. Forest and swamp. Swamp controls the mud element and has a pocket dimension. Forest controls the wood element and has a life drain. It's a good comparison. We had a super chat from Christian Barasa. That was... accidentally deleted, I think. Christian, just type it again. Oh, wow. So Chrissy just said that our son grabbed the phone from her and accidentally deleted a super chat. So sorry about that, Christian, but your tweet will live on, your super chat will live on in infamy. Just type it again, man. I'll look for it. You don't have to super chat again. Just type it out. Barbara just said, so Akainu is Bellamy 2.0. Yeah, but without the redemption, because Bellamy is gonna get redeemed, and he's gonna be back in the final saga for sure. No. So I see yep from Christian.
Certified drip.
Not the Paco Mamushi. Nah. It's gonna be fine. My guy, DJ Rec Comet, Lord Luciano said, it's looking like Shanks has been grooming Luffy to become his strongest pirate rival. He could battle to become the actual king of the pirates. Shanks might want to finally meet Luffy in battle. I mean, that's what I'm saying. They're gonna fight, but ultimately they're gonna work together for the same goal. But you know, I don't think it's necessarily like a Hisoka situation where just wants Gon to, you know, get to that level so they can fight. Luffy thinks it's that way. But Shanks is definitely testing Luffy to see if he's the one that Roger was waiting for.
Savage.
Taichi to you said, imagine Yasop is actually Brook's son when he sees the afro besides Usopp. Instead of son, he says dad. Bro. That would be one of the wildest things Oda has ever done. That's one of the wildest super chats ever. Like, I low-key love it, though. Flame Emperor Mars. Christian Barasa was the light that was extinguished from the world by my son. I'm sorry, Christian. I wish I could see what he said. I can't. Brandon said, which super chat do you want me to extinguish from the world? I like, Brandon, I like how when you wrote that, you put Mars, and then you had my son address his mother by her first name instead of saying mom. That's crazy. Oh, Evo typed it out. Christian's message. What do you think the chances of us getting hybrid beast pirates WCFs? We're getting Yamato and Kaido. Had a page on hybrid a while back. Want to see a Sasaki hybrid too. I think chances are pretty high, probably. There'll definitely be some custom ones that come out.
Sorry, Christian. Sorry. Mars took the phone from me. Evo.
Yeah, I'm reading it now. So there's already regular forms that are going to be coming out. In December, the WCF set is going to be Big Mom, Crying Zeus, Black Maria, Who's Who, and Sasaki. So the one after that, I assume, will be like Ulti, like some other things, and then maybe we'll get some hybrid versions. But the best thing would probably be to look out on Taobao Marketplace, Bai, and all of that for some of the custom ones, because I guarantee at some point someone's going to, make the hybrid versions and have them size accurate. I'm not going to get the hybrid ones personally, but well, there actually is a hybrid Ulti by G5 Studios that's out for pre-order. But like as far as Who's Who, Sasaki, all that hasn't come out yet. But it's not official. It's out of a group called G5. So we'll see what happens. Definitely not getting a Black Maria hybrid. Like I'm good off that. Let's see. Lucy B, member 15 months, said Oda Aoyama interview is interesting between lines. I did read a little bit of it. But hope that answers, Christian. Hope he's still in here. Hope he, was able to hear that. The void apology from Chrissy. Yep. Your average Nakamu's in here. He said this chapter felt like 3 chapters in one. I can agree with that. I can definitely agree with that. Favorite panel 1054. At first I said it was the Luffy sitting with Shanks with the sunset and everything. But it's definitely just that one panel of Vivi. It's no contest. I haven't seen my my One Piece queen and 3 years? I don't know.
Another one.
It's been a long time. Oscar Cruz, member for 13 months, said Empire Strikes Back vibes from Akainu. Love it. Zoe Egan said Gear 5 will be all white. Poor Landy. I do have a video coming out addressing all that. Because the merch came out before this color spread, so I just really don't understand why his clothes, hair, his shirt, pants, and hair are white, but his sash is still purple. So, but we're gonna have a whole theory video about all that. Phantom's out. Appreciate you. Yeah, congratulations. I played myself on the all-white Luffy, but there's still a chance that he starts to form all-white, and that it's the blood pumping from the Gear 2nd, you know. So I think Gear 5 is an advanced form of Gear 2nd, so it might be his blood pumping that gives him the skin tone back. Giovanni said something interesting that I need to go and look at here. He said, apparently on the page with Sabo's really big picture, the Shimotsky flag can be spotted. And then brought up how Dragon, was at Shimotsky Village. So still definitely want to know that, what that is. Doggy D Fluffy joined the channel. Appreciate you. Another one. Gonna check this out. All right. So we have the Revolutionary Army flag here. There is the Shimotsky Village flag. We also have the S, Sabo's flag from when he, set sail and all that eventually became Ace's tattoo. And we have what looks to be the Crimin flag. And an arrow through the world government. I like that. Yeah, there's a lot of things to analyze here. This guy's got a bandana that has the world government with the arrow in it on it. Oh, this final saga is gonna be lit. I love this. We're gonna have all these people waging war against everything. Full uprising against the government. That's my jam right there. Oh, I didn't look at the colored pages. Christian's back from the void here. Christian, did you hear me? Because I actually did answer your question. I see that you posted it again. Talked all about the WCFs about 5 minutes ago. Because Evo posted it in there, and I went on a big rant about it. Talked about it for about 3 minutes. What figures are coming out, what studios are making customs of them. So I would just rewind a little bit. Oh, and yeah, and Chrissy apologized. Have I seen the Volume 103 cover? Sure did. I really like this spotting of the Shimotsuki flag, though. That's interesting. That's really interesting. This is crazy. And then we got introduced to the Criminal Affairs Unit Chief, Black Horse, Kuroma. So, and he follows the same Admiral logic. So this guy has to be strong. Can't imagine what fruit he would have. Said Abdo said the writing on Shanks' sake bottle is 67 sake the 5th. The Symphony No. 5 in C minor of Beethoven, 67, was written between 1804 and 1808. It's one of the best-known compositions in classical music, one of the most frequently played symphonies. It's widely considered one of the cornerstones of Western music. Interesting. We know that Oda draws from all of that. Midnight Mongoose said, this is my first chat. Said, I think Cobra was dying from illness, told Sabo to take credit so the Revolutionary Army could get clout from killing a celestial dragon. Well, I mean, Cobra was dying. Not only probably from an illness, but also everything that happened in Alabasta. You know, we talked about that in the Vivi's return theory.
Savage.
Having Sabo take credit so the Revolutionary Army could get clout from killing a celestial dragon is interesting, but I don't think that that's... we're not getting the full picture here. We're not getting the full picture here. But I'm going to go back to these pages. We're gonna I mean, I could, you know, you could see something like that, but I mean, reading between the lines, it's going to be more interesting if Sabo did kill Cobra. Like, if Cobra did give him a reason to do it. But that's going to make just everything between Vivi, Luffy, and Sabo very muddied. It would be interesting to explore, but the reason's got to be like top notch there. Mr. Venator, member for 14 months, said late, but I rewatched and I'm still counting your W's. Yeah, a lot of things we talked about came true in this. Why is Vivi missing, though? I mean, she could have been blasted away by Kuma, because it says she mysteriously disappeared. So I'm going back to these pages. We're going to, you know, there's definitely some Morgan sensationalization going on here. And we still have 800 people in here. This is insane. Navy headquarters, New World. Can't let the Revolutionary Army go unchecked any longer. When they're calling Flame Emperor Sabo, champion a much of the world. So, the thing here is, like, I don't think that the reason that he's become the champion for most of the world is because he killed Cobra, but because he went and, you know, tried a coup against the world government at, you know, Marijoa, right? Fought the Admirals, got away, and Morgan's decided to report that information. Now, the people in the world that are tired of paying tribute to the Celestial Dragons, that are tired of family members and people that they know, and loved ones, and just other people that they don't know being enslaved, they're going to rise up and they're going to be like, well, Sabo is, you know, that's our guy right there. He just tried to take out the Celestial Dragons. So, you know, they're going to ride for him. All the participants in the Reverie, the one that was killed was a descendant of one of the founding 20 years ago. So Cobra was the only one that was killed. The attempted assassination, remember, this was 956, right? There was one assassination, there was one attempted assassination. We learned that was Charlos. Now, that attempted assassination could be Morgan sensationalizing what we saw in 906 or 907 when Mjosgard came over and like hit Charlos. Like, that could be that, which would be pretty boring. It would actually be pretty great if, you know, like Sabo or someone else really did try to kill Charlos but couldn't because either the Admirals or Lucci or someone else came in. But here, a few hours before that, they attacked the homes of the Celestial Dragons in the Holy Land. So maybe they did try to actually kill Charlos. They destroyed a monument of the Divine Dragon Claw, symbol of the World Nobles. Declaration of war. The Admirals came in to defend. It's crazy to think that Cobra's the only person that died. Like, even, you know, like Morley, Karasu, Lindbergh, Sabo, Kuma, Vivi, Bonnie, like all of those people got out alive, which is just crazy. Emil said, "Is Chaka the king now? We know he can do it." I mean, it's definitely Vivi, but at the same time, they wanted to extinguish that light from the world. Hopefully, I would hope that they did not extinguish that light. You know, that's the goat right there. Hidlet said, "I think Cobra died while protecting Vivi from a surprise attack assassination." See, I would love that. That's better. Very motivated said, "In honor of the Alabasta Kingdom showing up in this chapter, I'm bringing back my favorite meme, hashtag Chaka can do it, RIP Cobra." Yeah. Chaka can do it. Okay? I don't want to find out that Pell had anything to do with this. Flew Vivi away, all of that. No. That's probably the one thing Chaka can't do. Not only was King Cobra assassinated, but around the same time, Vivi somehow went missing. So that's linking the two together. So Vivi was with Cobra, probably saw what happened to Cobra. Okay, so how about this? We know that Emu wanted to extinguish Vivi and likely Cobra from the world. They were asking too many questions, all of that. They want Alabasta back in the fold. You know, they can easily send someone there to be the king that's going to fall in line, similar to how Doflamingo was technically in line more so than Riku probably was, right?
Savage.
Either the Gorosei, Lucci, the Admirals, something like that, were ordered. Now, I don't think Fuji would carry out this order personally, but someone was ordered to take them out. Sabo likely was trying to defend that, and if they managed to get through to Kuma, Kuma could have sent Vivi away. And it could be a parallel to the archipelago, where, you know, everybody's getting blasted away while something's happening. Vivi could have seen Cobra die and then got blasted away, or Vivi could have gotten blasted away and then Cobra had to watch that and think that his daughter died and then he died. I don't know. But it could be a thing where Sabo was trying to protect them, failed to protect Cobra, and then ordered Kuma to send Vivi away because there was just too much going on. It's possible that Sabo knew the relationship between Vivi and Luffy and wanted to protect her as well. I think it makes more sense for it to be a framing. But there are interesting ways to go about the story if Cobra was died at the hand of Sabo. Could also be something where it was an accident. Sabo used his power. He was trying to hit one of the admirals or whatever. Cobra, got caught in crossfire or something. Or someone like Green Bull used the vine and grabbed Vivi and was about to put her in front of the flame, and then Cobra, jumped out of his wheelchair and took the hit. There's so many ways that Oda could go about this to where Sabo could do it, but it's still not really, him, and then I gotta kind of wrestle with that. But it's unsurprising that Cobra did die because there were so many flags, right? The last time we saw him, he's in a wheelchair, he's coughing, very... He was gonna go. He's asking the wrong questions. This is why we talked about it. Zoe's out of here. Catch you later, Zoe. Jeez, what a chapter. It's amazing that Shanks was in this chapter, but the 3 or 4 pages after the Shanks stuff is the stuff that I'm way more interested in. Because if that wasn't there, we'd just be talking about Shanks. And it's amazing that all this Green Bull stuff is just getting overlooked too. There's a lot of stuff that happened in this chapter. Someone said it was 3 chapters in one. This was 4 chapters in one. Treybird, member for 10 months, said, who does Momo think he is? Also, what happened to those heat on feet aprons? Keep up the good work. Sabo was definitely framed. Appreciate you. I gotta get the store back up and running. They took everything down for copyright in my store, which doesn't make any sense. They took down my the logo that was drawn, the Savage Pirate flag. They took that down. They took just the word Savage and just chalked it all up for being something related to One Piece. Because the channel's related to One Piece. These people don't know anything about One Piece. They were just they extinguished the light from the world, right? So I need to get a different store. I fought with them, I got it back, and then someone else zapped it. And then I was just you know what? Screw them. So, but I did get a notification that you can now link a Shopify to it, so I might make something and then link it. So just got that email the other day, so I guess that's a new integration that YouTube is trying. But I don't know anything about Shopify, so there's a lot of homework I gotta do. It was so easy, I would just upload the design, pick the things, and now it's kind of... Well. Louis Vasquez said, what if Kuma sent her to Wano? I mean, we've talked about this. One of my favorite things talking about early on was just what if we ended a chapter and there's just a paw print in one. She may be waiting for the Manel bath. Looks like I lost everybody for a second there, but we're back. We're back. Oh, Vern's back too. Mr. Hyena said, I've not read their previous super chat. Sorry about that. I'll try and find it. Six Pain said, something's off. If Sabo's well and good, then Dan's reaction way back when doesn't make sense. She was heartbroken. Wallow was crying too. Well, we're still not getting the full picture here. But the Dan also didn't know that Sabo was alive. You know, a lot of these people that were reacting to everything in 956, that was the first time that they were even realizing that Sabo's been alive all of these years. So there's that element to it as well. Oh, we hit 26,000. Koala was crying probably because of, you know, everything going on with, you know, just Cobra. Because it's kind of against the message. Like, Cobra wasn't their intended target. So there may have been a whole thing where it's like, is this going to ruin what we stand for? But apparently people are rising up all over, so it seems like it's really actually working in their favor more than anything. And let's see here. Mr. Hyena super chatted, said, why didn't I try to use my connections in the film industry to get access to go on One Piece film red carpet event? Well, I mean, isn't that in Japan? I'm in the United States of America, so it's kind of difficult, you know. My reach is not that far. Caleb Brown said, seeing as they freed my boy Kuma, do you think he will get his personality back somehow? Or will he be like a robot fighting for the Revs? Hard to say. Hard to say what Oda's plan is for Kuma, right? This man said, we will never meet again. And I really hope that Oda stays true to that. And if Luffy and Kuma meet, like, it's a different Kuma. Like, he has no memory of anything. So I love Kuma, one of my favorite warlords, one of my favorite characters. I don't know where Oda's gonna go with all of it. Emil said, Momo told Yamato not to fight so that they go with the crew. That way they won't get tied down. Also, this gives them a bounty. Onihime Yamato wanted. Emil said, Sabo is Luffy's Vivi card. We should see them soon. Yep. You know, we've talked about that. That's why Vivi needs to be with Sabo or Leo and Sai. That's what I've always said. Because they have the Vivi cards to Luffy. And that's what it's all about. Is getting to Luffy.
Savage.
Anthony Rieger said, I read the chapter at work yesterday as soon as TCB dropped the news that it was ready. Cried in my office. Anthony, I'm not surprised because this chapter was this is wild. I just hope we actually get that flashback, that we really, like, instead of Oda telling me what happened, I want to see Cobra's anguish in those final moments. I want to see that. I want to have that reaction. I want to see Vivi go through that. I don't want to hear about it. I want to live it. Nick Can't Snipe said it's probably the direct action that Sabo takes compared to the covert nature of Dragon, plus the propaganda, or maybe you really did kill him. That can be attributed to the influence. Hard to say. No, that's exactly what it is. And that's why, and I've talked about that from the, the difference between, like, Garp, if he's the leader of Sword, and, and Dragon as well, and Luffy, right? All members of the monkey family, like, going about things in a different way. So if Garp is the leader of Sword, he's hiding in the shadows of the Marines. Dragon's hiding in the shadows of the world. Luffy's kicking the door down with his face, revealed, right? And that's why people can gravitate to Luffy. So Sabo here is having the same action happen to him because now there's a face to it, because it's not from the shadows. This is, I'm after the celestial dragons. I'm the face of this army now. Seeing if I missed anything at the very beginning. Nick Can't Snipe said Shanks really pulled a Zunisha, showed up, did some lore drop, and went, nah. Really was 11 out of 10 moment with Shanks casually announcing how he's going to claim the One Piece. Yeah. Nick again said 1,000 chapters and Yasop's still a deadbeat. What is Aramaki Green Bull's justice supposed to be? Bootlicker justice? Bigoted justice? Prejudice justice, for sure. Yeah. Definitely caught up there. Shout out to Drek said, is Oda prepping Vivi to rejoin the Straw Hats? Yes! 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 Agenda since day one. Agenda since day one. Savage. Biggest agenda. Not Laws and Sword, not anything else. Vivi comes back to the crew. Okay? That's my goat. Drek said, if so, then Luffy will get more than 10 subordinates. Could work. Divert Eam's chase away from Alabasta. Have Koza take over. People love him and it justify his Reverie reintroduction. Point is, once they topple the world government, there's going to be no need for any of that, right? Because Alabasta is going to be safe. Vivi needs to be with Luffy to take it all down so that she can be the one that reshapes the world. True politician, president of the world that saves everything, puts everything together. You know, it would be fun. You know, I've tied Vivi to Pluton, right? So if Kuma did send Vivi, and she has been in Wano, and Hitetsu knows that she's in Wano, and that's why Hitetsu said Pluton is here in Wano, that'd be wild. But that's, you know, that's my tinfoil right there.
Another one.
Emil Diaz, Vivi as a celestial dragon can command Kuma to act. If that's what they set his commands to, that would be fun. That'd be interesting. Vivi's got her own, like, personal robot. Niku Vivi confirmed. Just using Kuma as a surrogate. Pilot said died in Sabo's hands rather than dead at Sabo's hand. Yeah, I like that. So he was spotted with the body as he died, and they just assumed that he was the one who, you know, pulled the murder, right? But it was really someone in the shadows. I really wouldn't be surprised if it was Lucci. Like, that would make Lucci a good character for me. Like, if Lucci came in and was like, I'm gonna extinguish this light, and Lucci killed Cobra, and then dipped, yeah. Because Vivi already had that interaction with Lucci, so that would make, oh man, that might be my top choice for the actual murderer of Cobra. Cat Ocho, member 14 months, said we talked about why Shanks is chilling near Wano? Question mark. Yeah, no, we'll have to get into that. I mean, the obvious answer is because Film Red is out in Japan, and Oda needs to, you know, get those butts in seats, sell those tickets. Maxo said, "Yo, Randy left you something fun in the scans channel in the Discord." I'm not going to be able to go through all of the scans channel. So, Maxo, just send it to me separately. Because if I do that, then after every stream, I love to go into the scans channel and the spoilers channel and then hit the top button that sends me back to the last thing I read. And if I go to the bottom, then I can't go to the top and I have to like scroll for like 15 minutes to get to the top. So just send it to me. Let's see.
Savage.
Let's see. Oh, my guy Vern. Appreciate you, man. Said, I have a theory about the AWs. That they're a captain and a ship combo. Ancient weapons. Conduit and a ship. I.e., Shirahoshi controls Sea Kings for Noah. I think Momo is Pluton and Vivi is Uranus, but Anel is in possession of her ship. So that's interesting. Yeah. So I've always said the conduit and person, right? So it's Poseidon controls the Sea Kings. Person controls Thing. Momo is either Pluton or Uranus and controls Zunisha. And then Vivi is either Pluton or Uranus, but it's like, what do they control? Are there sky creatures? You know, something like that if they're Uranus. Vivi, as far as, you know, I it's still tinfoil, but I think she made the rain in Alabasta. So, I've talked about that a lot. Now, it's interesting that you say that the Maxim is the other ship, right? Now, that would be an interesting reveal if it was that the Maxim already existed in Skypiea, and then Anel just like put the gold on it, right? But I mean, the implication in Skypiea is that he had all of his like Skypiean slaves build the Maxim from scratch. So yeah, I don't know if the Maxim can be that ship, but it is an interesting thought. Yes, I've got that. I'm not ready to see my son disease for sure.
Savage.
Burns said that I put a video out on this. It's in Creativity Zone. I'm gonna check it out. Burns says he thinks Anel found the ship on the moon and he's coming back in Elbaf. Well, that would be the time to come back. Let's see. I'm gonna find the thing that you put in the Discord, Maxo. Hands channel. Pins. Oh wow. Thank you, Maxo. What possible moment was this? What was this moment? We got memes from the reaction. That's great. I need to know what I was reacting to, though. Rajiv, Don Krieg's sidekick has a name, and it's Geen. Alright. My goat. Oops. Geen is right there. Next to Bellamy. Two goats next to each other. No worries with the plug, Vern. It's good. It's all good. Emil Diaz said Shanks was picking up his new commanders, Chuji and Fortrix. With them, he can finally claim the One Piece and become king of the world. It's facts. It's facts. I did not see the new Film Red trailer yet. That was me reacting to Zoe and calling you out on all white Luffy. Yeah. Congratulations. I played myself. That's okay, because we got a ton of W's in this chapter. But I take that L. Kev Dog's in here. What's up, man? Burns said, alright, gang, that's my lunch. See y'all next week. Friday off coming up, so be able to be here for the whole stream. Cool, man. See you here. We'll see you here. So let's check out this Film Red trailer. Kind of want to go in a little blind, but, you know, we'll do it. We'll do it. Film Red's probably something that's going to be impossible not to get spoiled on, so might as well watch the trailer. Oh, this is a long trailer. Okay. Okay. I'm not going to be able to put this on the I'm not going to be able to put the video in the corner or anything like that. But if anybody wants to watch along, anything like that, I'm watching the Film Red official trailer 3. It's like a minute and 38 seconds long. And I guess I can probably put a link to it in the chat here. Red trailer. A lot of people have been doing this, so we'll do this real quick, and then we'll get back to our regularly scheduled discussion on 1054. But I mean, this is, you know, I mean, this is big news right here, right? Okay. My guy Loggy Doggy said, "I'm poor, but this is me symbolically donating $100." And then Ty covered him. Ty came in, said, "Poor per Loggy." Thank you, Loggy. Thank you, Ty. Be lavish.
Lavish bracket, in a lavish bracket. Gotta have it. Racks, I gotta have it. Beat my fabric. Do you see this jacket? Pay my taxes. Trust me, you could.
W's in the chat for Loggy and Ty.
It's about to get spicy.
Shout out to Bartolemu. Said in Road to Laugh-Tale, it was confirmed that Luffy has both fruits. I think the Hito Hito no Mi Madonika ate the Gomu fruit, and that's why Luffy has both. That's interesting. I think that I'm thinking now that the fruits have souls in them, and the soul of Nika is probably inside the Gomu fruit, and that potentially all devil fruits have some sort of Hito Hito like curse to them, and it's that curse that, you know, once you... I've got a video coming up. I'll get more into it when I do that. All right, so we're gonna watch this trailer real quick. I put the link above. 3, 2, 1. Uta. They don't even say Uta. They got Uta. All right. Got Usopp and the Gene Simmons drip. Got the Big Mom Pirates in this. Whew. Admirals? There were some vines there. I'm gonna have to rewind that. Green Bull in the movie? Damn, Shanks really is a deadbeat. Right after I say that, she says, "He abandoned me." Whew. That was a clean attack from Robin. In peace, food, bed door. I want to see this Admiral thing again real quick. Who's that? Kobe. Bluno? Bluno behind Kobe? Wait, was that Oven versus Frankie? Or was it Sanji in the raid suit? I think it's Frankie. Oh, those vines look like they're actually just part of the island. So I wouldn't expect Green Bull in there. But that was definitely Oven versus Frankie, which is an interesting idea. This movie's going to be crazy. But that's wild. That is wild. Okay. See what the chat's saying. GSA movie looks like it's going to be good. A lot of action. I agree. God damn. Louis Vasquez with the spoilers, man. Come on. Not cool. I saw that before Ty got it out of here. Alright, so. Been spoiled on something from Film Red now. Stampede 2.0, yep. Yeah, I went back and like looked at some stuff. Like I watched the whole thing through, then I went back a little bit. So. Wheezy Bird said the Japanese that already saw it love it, so that's good. Kev Dog said Oven versus Frankie is like the matchup I never knew I wanted until it was shown to me. Let's see. So I'm going to go back to the chapter. Here. Definitely enjoyed the trailer. I'm excited to see the movie. I'm just waiting for that, like, US release date instead of just fall. Like, come on. Gotta do better than that. Come on. You know, now that I go back to the color spread, the edit that you made, Maxo, is even funnier because Buggy does have his tongue out. So that's kind of that's just wow. Let's see. Nico said, wait, is it really out in Japan? Last time I saw it, it said one of the first days is August. Yeah, but it had a premiere, an early premiere. So the people that went to the pre-screening and the premiere have already leaked the details of the movie, apparently. So it's all over Twitter. It's all over the internet. And it was even in the chat. So, boom. Okay. All right. Yeah, I saw Film Gold's coming back to theaters. I did see it in theaters when it came out. Had a lot of fun doing that. That was in like 2016, I think. Alright, so Rainbow's out here flexing his muscles against the Akazaya 9. My man really said prejudice breeds stability. So he's in the who's who's camp of like just thumbs down. I hope he really does some damage here. I think it's really interesting to me more than anything that Yamato and Momonosuke are here, right? That's the thing that is really wild to me. Because that's the unexpected part. But he's totally going to fold everybody here. Because he's got to make it to town. There's no way that they can push him off. If they can push him off, then Green Bull's trash. And then you might as well just say that, you know, all of these guys are, you know, could have taken out King and Queen as well. I mean, Yamato, sure, but... Thank you, Tempest. Doggy D. Floofy said, what do you think the God's Knights that have jurisdiction to mediate disputes in the Holy Land are referencing? Well, the God's Knights could be the CP0, but could also be like a judicial system, you know, like a Supreme Court, you know, that we have here in the United States. Could be something like that. So there may have been like a trial held against Mjosgard for going up against Charlos. So yeah, it's probably not CP0. So it's like nobody else could interfere with Mjosgard when he attacked Charlos, right? So that becomes now a dispute between the two of them that needs to get mediated by people that can actually mediate that. So they would have to be on the same level or higher than the Celestial Dragons. But the Gorosei could also be, you know, could be another name for the Gorosei, that there is knights, Emu's knights. Will Green Bull kill a Red Scabbard? I certainly hope so. And we talked about it a little earlier that I'd personally like it to be Inuarashi. So let's see here. I'll be right back, and then we'll get into more of this Shanks scene stuff here. We've consistently had a lot of people in this stream. Thank you to everybody that's here. Feels good to be back. Yeah, let's see. It's Vivi in time. Let's see. Barry's claiming the Buggy D clown figure. Alright. Let's see. Alright, so we're back in the we're back at the Shanks scene. The Green Bull scene is cool, but it's a setup for what's to come. So it's I need to see where we go from here. What does he do, right? More likely than not, Oda's just going to show Green Bull like in the flower capital, and we're just gonna not know what happened to everybody yet. That's the Oda way. Hopefully he chooses to go a different route. Seeing the Red Force, though, that was like one of the craziest parts of the stream. That was so wild. There's just so much nostalgia to this. Like, it really felt like a fan chapter. Like, just seeing Shanks on the seas of Wano here. I have not given the 1055 spoilers. We'll get into that. I'm doing like my deeper analysis on the chapter, that I usually do towards the end of the streams, kind of going into it, which is going to help dictate. Usopp really, this is the most Usopp Yasop has ever been. Like he's got really serious Usopp energy right here. Mojo Rising, member for 14 months. What would be your best guess for what the One Piece is? I don't know. I've always wanted the end of the story to just be the uniting of the world and having everything just be one piece, P-E-A-C-E. So I don't really care what the One Piece is, as long as Luffy fixes the world. I'm here for the journey. The treasure will be the added bonus when we get there. Direct said, yo, hold up, Captain. I joined your crew to get away from my family. We had an agreement. I thought this was the... this is the deadbeat dad club right here. Building Snake is Frankie's dad. Lime Juice over here talking about kid like it's his kid. But not really. I'm not saying Lime Juice is kid's dad. I'm not saying that. I mean, this could be the opportunity for, Shanks to see Blackbeard, though. Because Blackbeard totally has to come to Wano. We could see a Shanks and Blackbeard altercation here. Potentially. It's crazy to see Shanks with that hat again, though. Realmo once said, I always wondered who took Kid's arm. That'd be fun to find out. Like, if he actually, like, gets on Wano and everything, like, Shanks has a vendetta with this man, so... And... Kid already, like, stepped aside against his vendetta against Kaido.
Another one.
Would he be able to do that with Shanks, too? And if he does, Kid's a punk. Because Luffy's definitely, like, gonna be like, no, I'm fighting Shanks, and also you can't kill him because it's Shanks. And Kid's gonna be like, I don't answer to you. Like, I don't care. Like, dude took my arm. Like, I'm trying... If I can't take you out to get your place, I'm gonna take him out to get my place onto, you know, to become a Yonko. But we all know the real killer, the real captain is killer anyway. So we got the young who's who. We got this Capone wannabe behind him. Is it just me, or is who's who giving you like Dellinger vibes? Like, is he part fighting fish also? Because that would be crazy if he was talking all this smack about fishmen, but he was like actually part fish. Oh, man. Kid and Uta are siblings. She's an idol and he's a metalhead. Well, I wouldn't even say that he's... I mean, he's literally a metalhead, but I mean, like, it's more like punk rock. I mean, his name comes from Bon Jovi more than anything. And then Killer is like based on the Talking Heads. So, but their get up and their like vibe is very metal.
Savage.
Theo said, I forget who, but someone mentioned that about Who's Who earlier. Like, drew the same Dellinger comparison. Grizzly Adams said, you probably already talked about this. What do you make of the Knights of God? What if they enslaved Lunarians, forced to guard the nobles? I mean, that's interesting too. I mean, I still feel like, I mentioned it earlier, that I think all of the Cypherpole Zero agents are slaves that are forced to guard the nobles. And that, you know, Lucci got captured, and that's... But he's okay with it, because he just has, like, insane bloodlust. But the Knights of the God are either Celestials that are, you know, the judges, or it's just another name for the Chorusei. Look at Shanks fondly remembering his arm being taken. Like, this man is remembering his arm getting bit off and smiling about it. This... I don't know if that's something I'd be smiling about, but there's a reason why he's smiling. So we need that. Let's see here. Oda really went out of his way to show just about everybody that we know from Shanks' crew except for Rockstar. Like, I don't see Rockstar anywhere. I see Monstar, I see Lime Juice, Building Snake was in the flashback. This other guy, I forget his name. I really love this, like, it's not even Shanks saying, like, someone needs to claim the One Piece, you know? Because apparently, everybody's been saying that it's not Shanks necessarily saying that he's going to claim it, but that it's time for someone to claim it. Just the panel of Beckman, like, without showing his mouth, just his eyes. That's a great panel. Says a lot. Shows that Ben is sort of uncertain about it. Like, are you sure? You sure? Is this it? I wonder if the Shanks page time counts as screen time in film red. Yeah. So, Shanks is in this chapter, but what does it really tell us? It's a nostalgia fest. It's a recap of things that we know. Kid fought Shanks. Usopp is Yasopp's son. Shanks and Luffy are supposed to meet soon. They stole the fruit from Who's Who. Barto was messing with Shanks' territory and claiming it for Luffy. But other than that, what is the new information here? One, that Shanks is in Wano, right? But he's basically pulling a Zunisha and saying, well, we sailed all the way over here, but we don't necessarily need to do anything, right? So if Oda does that, that's just... why? Saying that it's time to claim the One Piece, cool line, right? And then sort of sets up the tone of the saga, right? This saga is going to be probably the One Piece saga, like get that, get that treasure. But it doesn't tell us anything really new. So that's why this, while I love this, and I love seeing Shanks, it's not my favorite part of the chapter. Because there's no lore being dumped here. Everything that he says, we know. There's nothing new being said here. This is just a setup. So we need to see where Shanks is actually going to go with this. Does he make it to Wano mainland? If he does, what does that do? Creates an interaction between Kid and Shanks. Creates an interaction, obviously, between Luffy and Shanks. Now, if Luffy ends up getting captured or anything and leaves before Shanks gets onto Wano, that's interesting, right? That he decides, okay, I'll go and meet Luffy. But he can't, because Luffy's been taken. So then Shanks' whole plan for the past 20 years and all of that is just thrown out the window. Well, 10 years, I guess. 10, 12 years. So it's just like trying to figure out, how do we make this interesting?
Savage.
Shanks already has we already saw Shanks running into government ships and stealing the fruit. Does he run into the government ships that are outside of Wano currently? Now, if there are government ships outside of Wano, then that would imply that they really have a perimeter around the entirety of Wano. But Shanks has also seen how to get into Wano, so he may know the secret entrance into Wano, because Odin would have told Roger, right? And if Shanks remembers that, then he would have an easier way of getting onto Wano than any of those other ships do. Which, if he does use that entrance, right, that means that he's never told the world government about that. So all of the people that are like, oh, Shanks is a spy for the world government, well then why wouldn't he just tell them how to get onto Wano? Now, there's still, it basically seems out that the Revolutionary Army are coming to Wano in total, right? There could be a few of them. If Kuma blasted Sabo, Vivi, and, some of the others to Wano, maybe. We could see something like that. But seems more likely now that, like, Blackbeard could show up, or there's still the Vegapunk tie that needs to get wrapped up. But what does that add? Shanks and Blackbeard talking to each other, a mini fight there. Shanks gains more, Blackbeard gains more notoriety. Shanks isn't gonna die to Blackbeard before him and Luffy meet. That's not going to happen. We really just have to see what's going to happen, and I kind of feel like Shanks probably won't even be in the next chapter, but then there is the possibility that he is, because of Film Red. So we could stay on this Shanks train until Film Red is officially released, to see where everything is going to go, and if any of these scenes actually tie into the movie and Wano at large ties into the film. So, Shanks might be after Pluton. Yep, that's true. Nerd Culture in all caps said Oda just wants to promote Film Red. That's what the scene feels like most to me. Look at Saeed. Saeed was... No, the context implies he's talking about themselves. Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense. Even if he is talking about, themselves and all of that, then it just speaks to a larger plan that involves both them and Luffy, and using Luffy as a pawn for what Roger wanted. So, if Shanks is twisting it to his own, degree or anything like that, Rayleigh is in on it. So I think that it's all culminating for the betterment of the world. I don't think Shanks is evil. If he is, all right. But I think it's definitely not evil. It's not evil. There's no evil Shanks. Maybe just like other characters go about the right thing the wrong way, Shanks could be doing that. Finn said Shanks is playing 4D chess, waits for Luffy to take out 2 of the Yonko before he makes his move. Six Pain said, there was something about Shanks just saying, hey Beck, that made that my favorite panel in the chapter. So casual. So cool. I agree with that. That's why I love the page. I love it. I just like the way, Oda you know, when he wants to really land something, he takes the background out, you know, and then he just has these like little flying particles. It's what makes an iconic page. So then back to the best part of the chapter, which is this Reverie stuff. Which, you know, I do have to, you know, kind of admonish Oda a little bit here. Because great writing is showing, not telling. And Oda's usually pretty good about that, but he also really likes to withhold information until he's at the point that he wants to be at to actually show us. But until then, we get told things. And we get told things through telephone. So it's never, you know, it's not always exactly the truth. It's from the perspective of the person who's telling it, right? You can see this when you go back to the beginning of the Oden flashback, right? Which the anime did a better job of this than the manga did, which is when Sukiyaki's like messenger or whatever is just rattling off everything about Oden. You know, oh, he had a harem when he was, you know, 8 years old and all this other stuff. And all of these like misconceptions, you know, that it was really, you know, they, I don't know, saved the girls and all this other stuff, but then, you know, the story just gets manipulated. So that opens the door for, you know, the idea and everything where you have to come to your own conclusions. Rayleigh's conversation and Sabo Oda, you know, get to the end, you may come to a different conclusion than we did, right? So having unreliable narrators, it's why I think Rox is a good guy, because Sengoku telling us about Rox when he wasn't even there, like that doesn't tell me anything until we get that Rox flashback. So that's why I think Rox was a good guy. But, or at least was after something noble, even if he was going about it the wrong way. So, here we're learning about the Reverie from the Marines, you know, recanting it. And they've confirmed things. So, this is the hard facts here. Cobra's dead. So, which, you know, long followers of the channel, I got a video on that's probably over 2 years old talking about Cobra being dead, Sabo getting framed for it, and then Vivi's coming back to the crew with either Sabo or Leo and Sai. So let's see here. But I do love this stuff about Sabo becoming the face of the Revolutionary Army. I really love this. So Kuma is with the Revolutionary Army, so they're going to try to turn him back. Whether they succeed or not, that's the question. Oh, yeah, and I love this line, too. I'm sure the Admirals were restricted because they were fighting in the Holy Land. So, they may have been holding back, too, because they can't destroy the whole. Only was King Cobra's essay, but at the same time, Princess Vivi somehow went missing. The only way to somehow go missing is by Kuma's power. So, Vivi is somewhere. She took a 2-day vacation. We just need to find out where she went. And if that's the case, then, you know, that would have all of the pre-time skip Straw Hats would have taken that 2-day vacation. So I love that. So when we finally get what happened at the Reverie, I think it's going to be the Sabo moment that, you know, a lot of us have been waiting for, that inversion. So their ship hasn't left the port. So what happened to Chaka, Pell, and Igaram? Because the Alabasta ship hasn't left the port. Did they all get sent away? This is really complicated. Yeah. Does that mean we can close the case on the attempted murder of St. Charles? So we need to know if this is actually something that happened post what we saw, or if this is in reference to everybody standing up to Charlos when he wanted to take Shirahoshi. Akainu says St. Miosgard excused the criminals. In the Holy Land, the gods' knights have jurisdiction to mediate disputes. It's a complicated situation, to say the least. St. Miosgard excused the criminals. So that's why I think that this is referring to chapter 906 or 907. Charlos wanted to go against everybody that was going against him. Miosgard came in and knocked out Charlos, which could be considered an attempted murder, right? If you wanted to escalate things to, the 10th degree. St. Miosgard could have said, I'm a celestial dragon, you guys are okay in my book, because this is the daughter of Otahime, who I owe a debt to, so I'm excusing you. So in this case, Miosgard could be the god's knight that is being talked about here. And Akainu is basically saying to stay out of it.
Savage.
Now, if this is in reference to something afterwards, where Sabo was, attacking the Celestial Dragon's homes in the Holy Land, and then there was something else with Charlos, but Miosgard excused Sabo and the rest of them, or something like that, that just seems crazy. Seems like most of these incidents are linked to Sabo. Flames of rebellion are spreading all over the globe. All 8 of those rebelling kingdoms were inspired to stage their revolutionary coups while their kings were returning home. So the news from Big News Morgan spread faster than the time it took for all of those ships to get back to their kingdoms. Brown said, I just want to say I ship Vibo. Savi. I like Savi better. They perfect. I'm okay with that, but I'm still savage, a if I was to ship anything, it's Luffy and Vivi. Barto's gonna lose an arm. You lose an arm, everybody's gonna lose an arm. How do I feel Bonnie fits into the Cobra, Sabo, Vivi, Kuma situation? I mean, I'm sure that Bonnie was instrumental in some way. We just need to see it. Like, I would love if 1055 was that. Like, just a flashback to the Reverie. Like, stop telling me things, Oda. Show me. Show me. Like, I'm hoping because we're ending on this stuff with the Reverie that we follow it in 1055 and we start with that next week and, like, learn more about it. Maybe see where Sabo and the Revolutionary Army actually are, where Vivi is. Please. Please give me a Vivi chapter, Oda. Please. Emil said, what do you think about Black Horse Zodiac officers? I mean, I think he's cool. Kind of looks like Joe Pesci. Especially in that last panel of him. Just be interesting if he has a devil fruit and he's a competent fighter. Because anybody with that naming scheme is supposed to, you know, actually be tough. So. Good point. Saeed said that people could have left through different means, maybe on Karasu's crows. Yeah. Noah said Morley could have dug a tunnel for them all to escape through. Sorry if this was already brought up. It wasn't, but that's a good point as well. Morley does have a, you know, quick escape power there. My guy Eric Telford said, man, I'm behind on the stream, but you want Inuarashi killed off? One mink leader? Yes! I've been saying that for a long time, man. Like, and if it's... if Nekomamashi is the one left, right? The ruler of the night has to then take over the dawn and be the ruler of the day as well. So there's like meaning to it. It just makes sense. Evo said, I feel like the timeline doesn't add up for it to be about the Neptune thing. That was before the conference began. In 925, Blackbeard comments on the news from day 4. Then later in 956, Morgan says his thing. I can't wait to see what actually happens here. The Last Orphan said, off topic, what happened to the Oro Jackson? Any theories? No. I mean, it's a strong ship. It's got to be somewhere, right? Maybe that's what Rayleigh pulls up in the final war. Barry said Randy really left Koza in the dirt with that Luffy Vivi ship. Koza is in the dirt. He's in the sand. But it's just like it just comes down to what's going to happen to Alabasta, right? Like, does the world government need to extinguish that light completely, and there's going to be a buster call on Alabasta, you know, and Vivi's, you know, got to get Kuma'd over there to like save her people and all of that? Like, is that the reason why we had the Gadatsu flashback? so that they can use the tunnels from the hot spring to go to that other town, that other island, whatever it was. So Alabasta gets ruined, but all of the people escape to the hot spring place. You know, there's possibilities for that. Actually make that relevant. Do I think Black Horse is also based on a Japanese actor giving his naming scheme? Only depends if Momo Sagi and the other guy, Chiton, I don't remember his naming scheme, but I think he's based off a Japanese actor. And I think she is too, so it's probably, I mean, it's very possible. But his naming scheme would imply that he's strong enough to be in line to become an admiral. Shout out to Timothy Williams for subscribing. Anybody in here that isn't subscribed, there is a button that allows you to do that. I don't understand that super chat that just came in. Smearg said, that reminds me, what can the world government possibly pull out to rival an army of everyone Luffy's made into an ally over the course of the series? Just the, you know, the Admirals and the legion of followers that they have and all of that. But I mean, that's what I want. I want to see all of the allies that Luffy is, you know, has created over the story. You know, just storming New Marineford, storming Marijoa, like, even if it's broken into groups or whatever, like a full coup. All of these people that Sabo has now under, you know, his spell. It's just, there's a lot to be done here. Backsty. Bone Killer Confuser said, Kuruma gets the Bad Horse song stuck in my head.
Savage.
The pettiness. I love it too. It's like, this isn't even my full strength. My man really said, you're not worth it. Best I'll do is I love that. Do I think Yamato gets killed? I don't, but I would love it. Not because I don't like the character, but because it would be interesting for the story. I really like Yamato, but we need some interesting things here. Hmm. White Dragon. Shioryu. A smoker? I like that. I like that. Oh, I want to see Kobe get a devil fruit though. But we already have Momo Usagi, right? And realistically, Kobe would have been like the pink something. So yeah. Oh, the 1055 spoilers? Alright, so let's talk about 1055. We're doing our end of arc updates. So it all comes down to if Oda wants to tell us more, or has he told us everything he wants to tell us regarding this? You know, could 1055 be focused more on the warlords, updating us on that side of everything? It's possible. What do I want out of 1055? I want more of this Reverie stuff. I want to see what happened. I want to know more about Cobra's death. I want to see Vivi. Will we get it? I don't know. Oda's a tease. And it seems like Oda's really trying to hype up Film Red, so could we see more Shanks stuff? It just depends on who Shanks is going to run into. Is he going to make it to Wano? Does Oda skip over this fight with the Akazaya 9 and just have Green Bull fold everybody off screen and get to the Flower Capital? A lot of people want 1056 to be something Luffy-centric, right? Maybe that's the one where Luffy gets captured. I don't know. But, it makes sense to me that we just follow this Decks of the World type storytelling. We got the lies for the most part this chapter, and some facts. It would be very helpful and Oda-esque to tell us the truth next week. Show us Sabo, show us Vivi, where are they, what happened, what's going on, right? I need to see Vivi's reaction to all of this. Somber. Father's dead. You know, like, this is wild. But it's also bias. Like, of course I want Vivi in 1055. I want Vivi back for good in every chapter. Yamil, it would be Nezumi for mouse. Pretty sure. Momo Nezumi? Nah. Guess he would have to be a different different color anyway, because we already have Momo Usagi. Peach Rabbit. The Vivi bias is always strong, Chin. It's been strong for 20 years. How much of the outside world do I think we'll get caught up to before leaving Wano? I think we'll certainly have an idea of what happened to the warlords. We need an update on where Buggy is. Hancock's capture. What's going on with Mihawk? I'm totally okay if that's everything that's in 1055. Kobe in 1055. Smoker, get an update on Smoker. Smoker is with Vegapunk and all that stuff. Normally we get an update on Smoker like post act, you know, in the end of an arc also. Garp. We need to see more people. We really need to go around the world here, but the only thing holding me back from really saying that's exactly what we're going to get is this Green Bull stuff is pressing and happening in the moment right now. So yeah. Nerd Culture said, do I think Kuma's still there mentally? Depends on where Vegapunk's allegiance lies, right? So if Kuma is still in there mentally, then it means that Vegapunk chose to leave him there mentally. Smoker has hockey, Oscar. And Oscar said, Vivi stays honorary Straw Hat like Shirahoshi and Kobe. Ultimately, though, I think she joins the Revolution or something, gets buff, hockey hacks, and all that. Vivi's not an honorary Straw Hat, she's a literal Straw Hat. So. And Shirahoshi, yes. Kobe, I mean, you know, he chose his side. But he'll be back. Vivi truly believed that, you know, she didn't spend those 2 years for nothing, and she's always been the on-site queen. So I don't know if she'll have hockey, but that would be dope. Kobe's animal association is a dolphin. Interesting. Kidlet said Vivi will be shown reacting to Yonko Luffy and will be overanalyzing the background, trying to figure out where she is. Oda's gonna troll us. Oh, for sure. For sure. Well, I mean, generally speaking, we normally see Vivi with a newspaper, right? I would be totally fine with having a scene that emulated, like, Robin with the Revolutionary Army and 3D2Y, right? So, like, the Revolutionary Army's all around Vivi. You know, someone comes over, puts a coat over her and all of that, like, how are you feeling, etc., etc. And then hands her the newspaper. And she has the Beaver card in hand. You know, so it symbolizes, like, yeah, that's where they're going. I mean, I always imagined the first time that we saw Vivi back, it would be like her and Karu on the bottom of a ship as a stowaway. You know, peeking out and everything like that. And she's crying about her father's death. I've talked about that. It all depends, because, I mean, if she got smacked away by Kuma, it all depends on who she's with at that point. Caleb said, I'd like Kuma to send her somewhere the Straw Hats haven't been to. Right, like Elbaf. Let's see. Oh man, we've been going for almost 3 hours now. But as we do, when Shanks shows up in the chapter, Vivi's, you know, mentioned in the chapter. Green Bull's going off, and the state of the world is in chaos. You know, it's also interesting to note that, you know, Green Bull is constantly talking about the state of the world and how everything is in chaos. So, I mean, it also fits to continue to learn more about everything as well. you know, why does Green Bull keep mentioning this? Why is it important for Green Bull to be there? Green Bull is the forest god. I mean, probably. He's got the forest eulogio, so there we go. And we find out years ago there was someone who was like actually a really great guy that had that fruit, and it was a very like benevolent god that, you know, bestowed greatness to the world, and now this prejudiced asshole has it. Oda's doing a great job with Green Bull, making him a character that you know, don't want to like. So, you got the King Bomb energy here. Man really turned himself into a full tree. He went reverse Captain Planet Don Cheadle. Human tree. Those scabbards are about to get turned into trees. Oh, I love that berry. Barry said, I would love to see Vivi and Elbaf would have returned Dory and Broggy, who vouch for her. Yeah. That's why I say, I've been saying this forever. Vivi and Elbaf, Vivi and Elbaf, Vivi and Elbaf. And that's a key right there, because Vivi was there with Usopp and Luffy when Usopp learned about Elbaf, right? She knew the giant, so I mean, like, that's the perfect thing. They've finished their duel, everything. They're chilling in Elbaf. Vivi arrives, and then Dory and Broggy got her back, you know? And then, of course, we'll see Oimo and Kashi as well. The only thing is, like, how does she, you know, get to them? Or does she just wait for them to come? You know, what brings them there? A lot of people have said Shanks and Elbaf. Like, is Shanks the one that's going to bring them there? Last road poneglyph there. Shanks tells Luffy that the last road poneglyph's in Elbaf, so that's where they go next. Figure all of that out. You know, there's not necessarily something immediately pressing to take Luffy to Marijoa like Sabo's capture would or Vivi's capture would, but Hancock's capture would certainly make Luffy eventually go back to save her. You know, but he may go and get the One Piece first. Is Shanks hinting that part of the One Piece is in Wano? Well, I mean, Big Mom certainly did. Caleb Brown said that they could tell her about the raid in Eddie's lobby. Yeah, Oimo and Kashi could totally tell her about the adventures of Soke King. How many times have I reread the chapter in this stream so far? Asked PvP Frozen. A lot. A lot. We are chapters away, weeks away from Vivi's return. I'm such a Vivi fanboy. This is like something I've literally been waiting for so long. To just come back into the story. See, I can feel it. Feel it just coming back to the crew. That's why I got her on 1000 Sunny up there. She never left. She learned of the lurking legend, Soke King. Yes. So I think I'm going to wrap up the stream here pretty soon. last questions? Anything people want to bring up and everything like that? By all means, I'm gonna start working on the analysis pretty soon. Gonna try to get that out on Sunday, and then either Tuesday or Wednesday I'm gonna do my video and theory based around Luffy's official colors and everything like that. That's already shot. I just need to finish editing it. Short video, 12 minutes, something like that. But it's fun. Bring up a lot of cool connections there. And did I like Love and Thunder? I really did. I'm kind of a sucker for rom-coms when they hit right. I can see why people didn't like the film or anything like that, but I don't know, it just hit the right notes for me. So, is it a perfect movie? No. But it was fun. It was fun. And it was much needed after the atrocity that was Multiverse of Madness. What do I think Shanks thinks about Sabo? I don't know if Shanks has any sort of interest in Sabo until he meets him and hears, what he's trying to do. I might have to make a video about Vivi being an Elbaf. I might have to do that. Yeah. Pull up all that little garden lore. Maybe I'll do that. In the end, who were the 9 shadows? The 9 shadows were all of the shadows that we had right before Momonosuke transformed. So it was Inuarashi, Kinemon, Kiku, Nekomamashi, Denjiro, Hiyori, Shinobu, Momonosuke, and Kawamatsu. Those were the 9 shadows. Did I watch the Resident Evil Netflix series? No, because the premise didn't interest me at all. I love the games and everything like that, but they can't get these films right. Having it take place in the future, years later, all that, no, doesn't make any sense. Shinobu could be a counter to Green Bull, potentially. Was Shinobu with them? Shinobu is with them. Oh, wow. Huh. See what Shinobu manages to pull out. Outsar said Momo and Hiyori became the Scabbard Stan. Yep, they became the replacements for Izo and Ashura. Yeah, I just went back and I saw that Shinobu was there. Oh. This is great. This is all great. This was a phenomenal stream. It was a great chapter to come back from a month-long break to. And I think it's only going to get better from here. Oh, man. I'm excited. I can use the internet for probably 36 hours until spoilers for the next chapter come out. Then I have to wait until next Friday. Oh, man. Gio said there's so much you can keep reading the chapter and see. yeah, I mean, look at all this stuff we, you know, this 3-hour stream. We went through and we talked about everything. Dana Carlos said, are you going to have any more guests on the channel when we have a break week? No point in doing it now. But I'm leaving. That's going to wrap the stream up, guys. Thanks so much for being here. We had pretty much like a, you know, we had like 900 for a lot of it. A pretty consistent like 600. We still got 500 in here. Thank you so much. Subscribe if you're not, you know. Like, comment, subscribe if you're feeling the vibe. VOD will be up on the second channel probably in the morning. And that's that. V Peak Fiction, member for 12 months, said, Randy, great chapter. Missed a stream for an interview. Well, I hope the interview went well. Don't worry about it. VOD will be up here momentarily on the second channel, of course, later. All right. The Vivi cameo was enough for me to stream Longchin. Don't worry. And then, I don't know, maybe I'll Twitch on Tuesday. We'll see. All right. Later, everybody.